Senior Report thanks Edmund Besch of Bristol Burgess Insurance Agency, 65 East Main Street, Westfield, for his generous grant to provide news to seniors. Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Funding is provided by a grant from Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who spent a lifetime caring for others. Absolute Care is located at 26 Cass Street in Westfield. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the Docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. Senior Report with Reed Powers thanks Westfield's Schultz Chevy for a generous grant to inform seniors of important news. Over 50 years of service to Westfield by Chevrolet, Schultz Chevy across from the school. From the Access Channel 5 television studio in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Senior Report is broadcast live throughout northern Chautauqua County on Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. each week. Call in and share a thought, make a comment, ask a question, or simply wish someone a happy birthday on Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Since 1995, Reed has been bringing viewers hundreds of interesting guests, informing the community on a variety of subjects. Here's the host of the show, Reed Powers.
And good morning. What a beautiful day we have here in Chautauqua County. The sun is beaming down, the flowers are blooming, the birds are bursting into song, everything. They're all having nestlings now. A lot of you see all the birds feeding, they're running back and forth to their nests, and it's a great day. We have a terrific program going. We're going to teach you how to save a few bucks. We have a master car salesman, auto salesman with us, Steve Newark, known all over the county. He works for Schultz over in Westfield, and he is going to tell you some secrets and some good advice on how to buy a used car. A lot of people today, because of the economy, cannot afford a new car. So they're driven into the used car market. And there are different ways to buy used cars, and there's some things to look out for and some things to remember. And he's going to give you some hot tips. And he will, of course, be on the line live with you on Saturday morning from 9 to 10. And the number would be 753-JACK or 753-5225. Everybody calls in, receives $5 off over at the Lakeview Restaurant at the bottom of the hill in Mayville, New York, right across from the museum. Okay, lots of stuff going on around here. You look at your TV, it just goes on and on and on. They don't focus much on the war that's costing us literally trillions of dollars. Don't let them kid you about, oh, we're only spending a few $100 billion, you know. That's nonsense. And also, unfortunately, it's costing the lives of our most precious assets, our children. And it's just outrageous. What for? Everybody says, what are you doing this for? Well, we want to win. Well, how do you win? What is winning? No, the government doesn't really know. The only people that know are telling us it's for a wonderful patriotic cause, and those are the manufacturers of all the armaments. They're getting rich on the money being spent on this war. The tanks, the bullets, the shells, $1.50 for a shell, which runs off in a machine gun in seconds. All the planes going down, helicopters, the machinery, the trucks, they're making a bundle on this. We're getting killed. We have no money. They've taken all the money they can out of this generation. They have maxed out our credit card, even so, any credit we would have. Our children's credit card is maxed out. They're working on our grandchildren's credit card now for this kind of thing. Outrageous, craziness, and we should stop it and tell your congressman, who's going to switch shortly. Brian is going to be leaving the Congress, Brian Higgins, and we're going to probably have Reid. It looks like he's the shoe-in since he's got the upper hand. All right, at any rate, enough said about all that. On the, I don't know, the stuff going on is just craziness. And now, you know, we were promised by Obama an open government. Well, now suddenly they screwed up on the arms deal where they're giving guns to everybody in the world in Mexico and so forth to kill a federal agent. And this program, Fast and Furious or something like that, the Congress says, we want to know what's going on here. What did you do? Oh, that's a secret. Obama is using executive privilege to hide all the information. Now, here's the open government. Oh, yeah, here we go. Not that I'm in favor of Romney by any means. I think he's probably going to screw the seniors worse than Obama. And forget the health care. Oh, forget that. You know, somebody who has $100 million income or something a year or whatever, and has half a billion dollars, half $1 trillion. He's got $400 billion that he admits to, and they hide a lot of it. Here's a guy, he has no concept of what it is to live on an income of $12,000 or $20,000 a year, or $40,000, which is now the minimum for a family of four. You're on welfare at $40,000 today. He has no concept. Not that Obama does. He's a lawyer and makes millions too. But who can I? It's a muddled mess. Congress is just a disaster scene. Of course, the New York State taxes are set to rise, but Chautauqua County taxes stand back. 2 years ago, you heard on Senior Report, we're ready for a huge tax increase that'll curl your hair. We are already the most highly taxed county in the United States. That's Chautauqua County, when you figure in all our taxes we're paying here. And the real estate taxes are so high. Local taxes so high, and county taxes ready for a big jump. There's a big shortfall. It would have been worse, but they lost $10 million, and this year, suddenly they found it. They said, oh, we didn't really lose it. Well, how did you find it if you didn't lose it? But at any rate, the legislature at this point is going to have to raise your taxes again, and it's not going to be a diddly squat thing. It's going to be big bucks. All right, and forget the 2% rule. That, you know, 2% increase is just nonsense. There's a joker in the contract. You just vote if you don't. You say you don't want the 2% rule. You vote it out, and you can raise taxes as much as you want. So much for the state rule. Oh God, it goes on and on. Locally, your taxes they're trying to hold it at best, but you and I notice like all the fees are going up. Your fees for building permits, your fees for garbage bags, your fees for swimming, your fees at the swimming pool, your fees for all kinds of things are just going bananas. Well, that's not a tax increase, Mr. Powers. Try to get along without water and sewage, which have been jacked up like crazy. That's the first thing they do, is jack up your sewage. That's not a tax, Mr. Powers. It's just a fee. Who are they kidding? Who are they kidding? All right, here we go. Enough of that nonsense. I get really annoyed when I think about how we're being creamed here with taxes, and the phony baloney going on with the politicians, especially in the federal government level. Yeah, they're not giving seniors their COLA. Here, seniors, this is what you're going to be eating. This is cat food. Same thing you got used to during the Depression, the Great Depression. We're in another depression, folks. Don't kid yourself. Oh, it's a minor slowdown. We're coming right back, says the government. They speak with forked tongue. They lie. Lilydale. Big things going on over there. Michelle White Dove is their headliner for this coming week. Well, was a headliner. They gave me last week's news. But she was terrific. Did a demonstration on her medium abilities. She needs a photo, bring along of a loved one, and a question, and she'll answer it for you. She'll get in touch with them. She's good at that. She's been on ABC, CBS, Fox, all over the world, showing her TV stuff. And there's an HBO documentary, No One Dies in Lilydale. You can bring them back, you know, talk to them. All right, enough of that. Lily Dale's going wrong, along fine here. I took a little ride over to Barmore. You know, Barmore is a greenhouse in DeWittville. Brent Barmore is quite a guy. He raises all his stuff from scratch, you know. So he gives you a price that's a wholesale price, just about. You could beat the Amish, and that's pretty hard. They have their little greenhouses tucked around. And he told me that he is living. He's actually, for the first time, stocking plants for the after season. You know, the first season is when everybody comes in for the cemetery. They go plant their plants and say an Ave and then walk away, never come back. The plants quickly die because you got to water them, and they don't. But he said, come on over if you want to. He said, he's got some lovely stuff there. I did also go down to the cheese house, you know, the Cadwell cheese house. It's open now. It's spring is here. Spring has sprung. And now it's summer. So, Jane Curie Cadwell has a fantastic array of cheeses. That's where I went to get my Limburger. Believe it or not, you can't get Limburger it's pretty hard to catch around Chautauqua County. But fresh, good Limburger is just so sweet and delicious. And it has a strong flavor, but that's part of the fun of it. It's just delicious. Jane's having a big party, August 12th, incidentally. You might put that on your calendar. They're going to have celebrate their 85th anniversary. Now, her father, Ford Cadwell, was doing that years and years and years and years ago. My dad was a good friend of his, and it's still going on. It's family owned, and they bring in the best cheeses, and they're fresh because she goes through so much cheese. And it's a summer job. The winter they close down because it's based on everybody who comes over for the summer knows the cheese. So stop by. You know, it's just past DeWittville. Big cheese house sign out there, and put that 12th on. She's going to have tents out there. They're going to have a jazz band there, too. And have cheeses and crackers, and oh, wow. I'll mention that later on so you'll remember it someday. Okay, local stuff. We got some wonderful kids around. Dunkirk Senior Citizens Board of Directors, Barbara Bajaz, does the job there. And they've scheduled a flu vaccine clinic on September 27th, so don't miss that. I'll mention it again later. Most of the senior centers have flu vaccines, or nearby hospitals do, and they're free, virtually to you, because you get your Medicare and everything. And they save a lot of aggravation for seniors, particularly, because there's nothing like a good solid case of flu to floor you, especially in the winter. They have, you know, over there at the Dunkirk Senior Citizen Center, they have a beautiful center. They have over 251 regular paid members and 104 socials. Now that is a gang of seniors. I hope they vote together. They're having an ice cream social July 19th and Wednesday, August 15th. And they start at 6 p.m. and always followed by bingo, of course. Every senior group has bingo. Everybody's invited, anybody to attend. $1 for members, $3 for non. Cookies and beverages are included. All you can eat. They have pinochle games over there too. They're getting very, very agitated because so many people are coming in. It's just a great scene. AARP is having a special luncheon at the club rooms coming up. They're going to Salamanca, Atlantic City, and the Amish Brown Bag Tour, and they're all sold out. They have great tours over there. All senior groups do. And they have a few seats available for a trip to Presque Island Casino. And remember, they'll give you freebies for the casino. Play them and run. If you lose, run. If you win, run. Otherwise, they're going to grab your shirt. You won't have a shirt when you come home. Next meeting at Dunkirk Senior Crowd over there, July 13th, 10 a.m. Okay, we have a guy who does the job. He really shoots from the hip. This is John Hamels, and he's ready to say hello. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Reed. We're not shooting from the hip, but we're shooting nails today.
Yeah. What are you shooting nails into?
Well, we're at the Asheville BOCES right now, and